Hello there. Happy full moon. Hello there and happy full moon, my lovely darklings. I am live both on YouTube and Instagram, which is very exciting. Just want to make sure I am putting the right things on. Cuz that would be very interesting if I was not. Awesome. Wonderful. But hello, hello. Hi, EA. How are you today, darling? Yes. Wonderful. I'm right on time. I know. Look. Oh my God, EA. It's so funny. First of all, how are you today, darling? But first of all, last week when I wanted to go live, oh, and you're a Leo and it's Leo moon, which I love for you. But I went live last week and I was trying to figure out Restream. I'm on Restream right now for YouTube. And so hello to my YouTube fam and my Instagram fam. Yeah, you're a Leo. I'll never forget, darling. I'll never forget that you're a Leo. And so it's a Leo full moon. I want to do a live collective ritual with you lovely darklings today. And I already did my own ritual last night, and I'll go into that in a second before I get into our collective ritual. And yes, darlings, I for some reason I can never forget birthdays. There's something about birthdays that I can never forget. Like I love, and plus I'm a Leo rising. I don't like to usually say that online, but I am a Leo rising. So I'll always remember another Leo. I love myself some Leos. But yes, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. And I'm glad that I'm nice and on time. Because last week, once again, I went on Restream. I'm on Restream once again for YouTube. And I forgot to press the button for the Restream on Instagram. And it did not work out well in my favor. It made me 10 minutes late. I know that this is not that serious and that, you know, I get on when I can, but I don't like to be late. Like I'm not someone that likes to be late. Like that's not cute. That's not me. But once again, hello to everyone that's just joined. Happy full moon in Leo. So before I get into our ritual today, I just want to wish you well on this lovely day. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. And I'll actually post something that has to do with self-forgiveness because I want to talk about self-forgiveness today. Um, and um, self-forgiveness, I just want us to call on the energy of that because that's not easy. That is not easy to forgive yourself. We like to talk about forgiving other people, but we don't really think about forgiving ourselves. Like, how can we forgive ourselves if we can't reconcile with or make peace with the past? So let me just put something in my chat really quick and I'll get right to what I did last night for my ritual. And then we will get started. All right. Yeah, perfect. You sweet. And I'm actually going to probably paste this in my YouTube as well. But hello, hello, everyone. How are you today? Let me know. I'm glad you're doing well. I can already feel it. I can already feel it. Let me see if I can post this as well. And today I want us to call on the energy of self-forgiveness. Because once again, like I said earlier, it is not easy to forgive ourselves. It is not easy to forgive ourselves. And as much as we would like to, we beat ourselves up over what we've done in the past. We beat ourselves up for what we've done in the past, and we assume that it is us. We assume that's just what we're doomed to be. But absolutely not. On this full moon in Leo energy, we're going to take back that dynamism that we have, that inner magic that we have to choose who we want to be. Because that's what Leo energy is all about. That's actually why I'm wearing my cheetah top today. I mean, I would have worn this any other day, but I, as somebody who has Leo in my chart, I like to amplify that energy, that amplify that fire, to amplify that leadership, that amplify that, not that come hither, but that I'm here type of energy. I am here. And that's what we're doing for the full moon in Leo. We are no longer hiding. We are no longer in hiding. We are out and proud. It doesn't mean that we go out and, offend anybody or try to make anyone feel weird about their choices, and we let people be who they be. But with our Leo energy, this full moon, we're letting ourselves be who we be. We are happy with who we are. We come to the space, and thank you for the fire emojis, y'all. We come into this space like, what's up? This is me and all my authenticity. And that's why we're calling on the spirit of forgiveness today with our collective ritual. I'm so grateful that you're joining me today. Once again, I am both on Instagram and YouTube. Hello to whatever platform you're on. I'm so grateful for you for being here. And I'm so excited for us to get on with our ritual. So I want to also talk about a little bit more about forgiveness. I typed it into the chat on Instagram. I'm going to be typing it into YouTube, but I have a self-forgiveness, a Forgive Thyself meditation class where I lead a guided meditation on Zoom, and that'll be on Saturday, February 22nd, 222, at 6 p.m. Eastern time. You can sign up. The link is going to be in the is pinned in the comments on Instagram. I'm going to do that right now for YouTube. So definitely sign up. It is free, but donations are very much so welcome and very much so appreciated. So yeah, I'm going to do that right now, and we'll get on to the channeled. I just have a channeled message, and then we can get on to our ritual, clearing the space, clearing our space, clearing out who we used to be so we can fully embody who we want to be. So yes, but other than that, let me know how your days are so far. I'm glad you're doing well. Awesome. Ooh. Did I do that correctly? Okay. Show. Okay. Oh. Oh, cool. Oh my God, Restream is cool. All right. That's fine. All right. Anyway, but I'll show that in a second on YouTube. But I want to talk about the spirit of forgiveness because I talked about this last week in my live on Restream. Once again, I tried to go on Restream on Instagram last week, and that did not go very well. But I went live on YouTube, and that live still kept, is still recorded. And forgiving ourselves is removing the burden, removing the past pain, and removing the shame, guilt, and blame we keep holding on to for our past mistakes or for what somebody has done to us that we blame ourselves for. And the thing is, when you are forgiving yourself, you're not only just letting go of the thing that you've done or letting go of the pain and the guilt or whatever, you're letting go of your need to always have to put a label on an emotion. I actually just made a video about this, and I haven't even edited it yet. But it is so true. We hang so dearly onto our labels, our titles, our identities, because a lot of the time we like the fact that we made that mistake because that justifies our self-abusive actions. So for example, I'm gonna post a video about this, and this is a very vulnerable share. But I used to, oh Lord, I'm gonna post a video about this anyway. But I used to be a klepto. Thank you for the hearts, and hello to everyone that just joined on both platforms, Instagram and YouTube. So if you see me looking around, that's what I'm doing. So I used to be somebody who had a propensity to steal. And there was a lot of shame and guilt around me doing that. And of course there would be. We've been told that if you steal, you're a bad person, you're a low life, you're a piece of crap and things like that. And that gave me the identity of feeling that way. That was a trait that I felt about myself, that I am a low life, that I am operating from poverty consciousness, that I'm not worth having nice things, that I need material items to feel safe, to feel well, to feel at peace with myself. And because of that, I I would justify my bad actions. I'd be like, you know what? I'm already a thief. I might as well keep stealing more. And it was a horrible addiction that I had to forgive myself over. Um, and it reminds me of the fact that when we forgive ourselves, we have to forgive all of ourselves, because I once again remembered and reconciled and allowed myself to look in the mirror and pay attention to the fact that I was stealing and the fact that it made me feel horrible. But I had to also let go of the title of thief. I had to let go of the feeling that it was not enough. I had to let go of the feeling that I wasn't about nothing. I had to let go of the feeling that I had to have tangible goods in order to be a whole, complete person. Au contraire, we are whole and complete within ourselves, my lovely darklings. That is the message that I have for this full moon in Leo. To be all of who you are. That's really a lot of my messages anyway. A lot of oracles, we say things like that. And when you're in your Leo energy, you are out and proud. You're like, somebody can look at you some type of way. Oh, yeah, my shirt is cute. And what? And the thing about that is that with the full moon, this is a great time for us to release, because the moon is going to be eventually waning and the energy of it is going to be decreasing. That's why with the new moon, it's great to set out an intention, because with the energy increasing with the next full moon, it'll almost be like the energy is amplified for your intention. I think that you can do it in either moon phase. It doesn't matter. What are rules? We get to choose our own rules when it comes to moon phases. But it is really important that when we forgive ourselves, we forgive all of ourselves. And we allow that guilt, that blame, that shame to not even just fall back, because we understand why we feel that way about ourselves. We've been told that we're not accepted, or that we're bad, or that we're terrible people if we behave a certain way, like me with stealing. We're probably told that people who steal are bad people, but was I a bad person for stealing? No. I was a person who needed love and compassion and healing. I needed somebody to let me know, or I needed to feel the all-encompassing love that source, divine, higher self, whatever you want to call it, brings upon you, to know that you are safe in every moment. And that's what a lot of our addictions come from. That's what a lot of our titles come from. That's what a lot of the things that we hold on to so dearly comes from. We do not feel safe. We want to feel like there's a life raft under us because of the current circumstances that are happening outside of us. It makes us feel negative. It makes us feel like something bad is going to happen. It makes it feel like we're not going to survive. But with our Leo energy, this full moon, we not only call on the energy of self forgiveness, we call on the energy and we embody the energy of safety. We feel safe. We feel whole. We feel complete. We feel at one with who we are, with nature, with divine, with who we used to be, with who we are going to be, with the world, with every person we see. We namaste everybody. We don't look at everybody as other. We namaste everybody. We see the light in them. We see the divinity in them. We see the soul in them. You're not just a pipe of flesh standing before me. You are a whole person with a whole background, and your true background is energy. Your true background is energy. At the end of the day, our soul probably, or another person's soul, has probably spun the block quite a few times in this 3D world. But at the end of the day, our true background is energy. At the end of the day, when we pass on, when we transition, we're going right back into source. We're going to be absorbed back into source. So with this full moon in Leo, you better go out there and be authentic and express yourself in all your fullness. Forgive yourself for all your mistakes, for all the things that you were not aligned with, for all the actions you took that you shame yourself on, and reroute. Realign yourself back into your highest divine embodiment. Don't allow the past to make you feel like you cannot perform or create or be in the future. 𝓾𝓬𝓱, you can do whatever you want. Don't be hurting nobody now. That's the only thing we ask for. Don't hurt anybody. Don't harm the planet. Don't cause destruction. But in this full moon in Leo, we are allowing ourselves to clear out all the old shadows, all the old shame, all the old blame that keeps us from operating in our fullest I am authentic self. Because that is your number one job. I actually made a reel about this somewhere on Instagram. I think I did it on TikTok and yes, on YouTube here too, my loves, on YouTube, my YouTube fam, my YouTube darklings. Our number one job is to be authentic, you know, cut the BS. Like, I know we're living in a world where we have to perform and we have to survive and we have to, I don't know if I said conform yet, but in a lot of ways, we feel the need to conform. And that we do, and that we do it well. However, gone are the days. Gone are the days. Thank you, Bloom Raven. That's such a cute name. So I urge you for this full moon in Leo to, I always talk about authenticity. That's pretty much my thing in a lot of ways. I mean, that's what the I am is. It's pure authentic. Your higher self wants to channel all that creativity, all of that magic, all of that dynamism, all of that power through this amazing bioelectric magnetic machine that is the human body. Like, we gonna waste this body? We gonna waste this the potential for what? Because we mad at what we did 3 years ago? Ciao. And look, I'm telling you this from a place of understanding. I'm telling you this from a place of understanding. I am not judging you and I am not shaming you because that's not cool. That's not cute. That's not cool. I am hand in hand with you, my loves. We are together. We are walking hand in hand. That's why I'm so hellbent. If you've noticed, me talking my posts on YouTube and me in my stories on Instagram and even TikTok and Facebook, that I am very hellbent on building up our community. Excuse me, so that we may transcend together. We transcend our fears together. We transcend this matrix together. We ascend because that is what we're supposed to be doing on this plane. We're supposed to be ascending. We're supposed to be elevating our consciousness. We're supposed to be learning our lessons and being all we're supposed to be in this lifetime so that our soul, our higher self, our spirit doesn't have to come back to earth again to relearn lessons that it could have learned in the 70 to 90 years it was here, which is a blip for our soul. That was merely 30 seconds. So we need to spend that time making sure that we are operating from our highest potential. We are allowing the old shadows to fall. We are allowing the old negative belief systems to rise. We are allowing the limitations, the fears, the negative conditioning that we have been spoon-fed since birth to fall away so we can finally follow our truth and be all who we're supposed to be in this lifetime. And it starts with you forgiving yourself, accepting who you are, accepting what you've done, accepting that there's more ahead of you, and trusting that this thing has happened to you, that you've done that thing, that this person did this thing to you, whatever circumstance has applied it or happened or come into your life, that it happened for your highest and greatest good. I know that it feels terrible right now. And trust me, I'm in a situation where technically on the outside looking in, it would seem like I was in trouble. It would seem like things are not going well. But au contraire, they are. I am doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. You know why? Because I know that everything that's happening right now in my wonderful lifetime, my wonderful timeline is happening because I asked for it. Not asked for it because I deserve punishment, because we are not being punished with the circumstances that sound bad or seem bad in our lives. I asked for greater. I asked to become greater. I asked for more elevation. I asked for more expansion. I asked for better experiences. And a lot of the old paradigms, a lot of the old traits, a lot of the old shadows, limitations, 3D programming are falling away. They're crumbling. They're deteriorating, and I'm going to allow them to fall. I surrender. I allow them to fall so that better can come. So that's a lot of my message today for our full moon in Leo uh ritual, and I'm going to get started in just a second. Give me 1 second. I just want to put something on my YouTube really quick. But other than that, let me know how your days are so far on this lovely witchy or what witchy Wednesday. Yes, wisdom Wednesday. I like that a little bit more. Wellness Wednesday, okay. But I like wisdom Wednesday. Witchy Wednesday is so cute though, I will say. But let me know how your days are so far. And I'm going to put something in my YouTube chat and we'll get started with the ritual, shall we? All right. Sign up for my free meditation. Oh, meditation. Thyself meditation. Oh, all right. Oh, I love that. Black woman weight loss. Wonderful. You know what? Let me just tell you something about that too. While that brought back a memory of me. And hello to everyone that just joined. So I don't talk about this a lot, but speaking of me, I'm a Black woman. Someone just popped up Black woman weight loss, whether they are or are not still on the live. I was a Black woman who lost weight. I actually lost, speaking of old shadows, I lost up to, I was probably 183 at my highest when I was 12. I lost about, I'm like 111 now, 111. I haven't weighed myself in a while, but I'm probably around 111. I lost that weight like very young, and it was because I forgave myself with my eating habits. Even at a young age, that concept rung true with me. I allowed myself to forgive myself for my past eating habits, and I still do that every day. I still have to check my eating habits now because it is something that is with me. And I have rebuked the spirit where I don't believe that that is who I am. I am not just my eating habits. I am not just um, what has happened to me. I'm not just someone who used to be almost 200 pounds. That's not who I am. I didn't identify um, as that anymore. I didn't identify as a big girl anymore, especially since I was bigger at um, a younger age. I didn't identify that like as that anymore. And I, oh my God, I spelled forgive thyself wrong, but that's okay on YouTube. But in order for me to lose the weight, in order for me to lose that 60 pounds, because I got down to like 120 in high school, I believe. And in order for me to lose that weight, I had to identify not as the person who was over 180 pounds at being 5'2", not the healthiness, but I didn't even identify with being skinny. I just knew that in order to be someone different, I had to be someone different. I couldn't eat ho-hos in bed anymore. I couldn't eat a whole pack of Pringles on my back watching SpongeBob anymore. I couldn't have a whole liter of orange soda in between watching Seinfeld and The Simpsons, which these are things I actually did. And that's what actually got me to the weight I am now. It's not because I identified as being skinny. That's not that energy doesn't even translate to the divine. What does that even mean? What is the energy behind identifying with being thin? It's not that. It's does the thin version of me, what does the ideal weight version of me do? She eats more vegetables and fruits. She drinks water more than she drinks soda. Hi, Ravenna. She drinks tea. She goes to the gym every week. She does this, she does that. Like that's what we mean by moving on to a different identity, especially when it comes to our Leo full moon. So let me begin with our ritual. And hello to everyone that just joined. Since we are in a full moon in Leo, Leo is the element of fire. Thank you so much, darling. I trust the same for you. Leo is the element of fire. So I'm just going to show you my tools before I begin with our ritual to call on the spirit of self-forgiveness. And I have my candle right here. And I also like to honor the elements, all the elements of air, fire, water, and earth. And that also goes in with our sacred directions, north, south, east, and west. So I have my candle here to represent fire, or the element of the south as well. I have my earth that is going to be coming in the earth and air, really. Oh, excuse me, actually just earth with my Palo Santo that I have here that'll represent the earth, and that'll also cleanse our energies here. And I have the element of air, which is sound, with my singing bowl. I have my singing bowl right here, and that'll be our air. And then I also have the element of water, which I trust that you all have, with my water that is right here. This is still a full moon. This is a full moon in Leo, so the energy is very fiery, but we need to make sure that we are drinking our water at all times. And the full moon has everything to do with water, emotions, the state of our being, the emotional well-being that we're now embodying, that we're exhibiting to the world. And we are thanking the element of water for nourishing us, cleansing our bodies of all impurities, of all shadows, of all limitations that we need to clear, that we need to be purified from in order to embody more of who we're supposed to be. So our element of water will either be our water that we have here. I also have my selenite wand that usually has the element of ether, but selenite is very watery because of the emotional aspect and the magical aspect as well. So now that we have all of our elements here, we're going to begin. So I want all of us, our lovely Darkling Mystic Circle, that's our collective name, by the way, the Darkling Mystic Circle, love it. But we are going to take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh it all out. Taking another deep breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. And another deep breath in through the nose. And on that exhale, we send a wave of relaxation through our entire body from head to toe. And notice that wave trickling down from the top of your head, down your forehead, past your third eye, going down the back of the head, going down your nose, your lips, your chin, your neck, the back of the neck, your shoulders, loosening up all muscles as it goes down towards your back, your collarbone, your stomach, your lower back, your hips, your thighs, your buttocks, past your knees, your calves, the soles of your feet coming out through your toes, allowing that wave of relaxation to be amplified times 10, times 50, times 100. Breathing in deeply with every round of inhale and exhale. Allowing yourself to feel good. Allowing yourself to feel calm, relaxed, serene, tranquil. And if your mind wanders, simply and gently bring it back to this present moment as we prepare for our full moon in Leo ritual. And now I call on the element of earth, which is our season right now. The winter is all about earth, the element of earth, allowing old cycles to be cleared away, for the leaves to die, for the trees to wither, for the animals to hibernate, for all that needs to be reset and restored, for better seasons, more rejuvenating seasons ahead. So we now thank the spirit of earth and the spirit of this Palo Santo, allowing it to cleanse, purify, and bless us as we rid ourselves of any energies, any unwanted energies, any limitations, any 3D programming, any conditioning that we have internalized from our peers, from our religious structures, from our guardians, from our public school systems, from our teachers, our bosses, from the person we meet on the street. We cleanse ourselves with the help of this divine and sacred representation of earth, our Palo Santo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are now cleansed. We are now cleansed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you have Palo Santo with you, it looks like mine still wants to keep going, and I welcome it. That just means that we have more things to clear. Once again, the element of earth is also correspondent with the season of winter. And just like we are in right now, we are clearing old paradigms. We are releasing old ways of life. We are allowing the shadows to rise so that we can rise above them, transcend them, see past the hurt, see past the pain, see past this temporary experience of discomfort, of negativity, realizing that it's just an experience and that we get to choose how we perceive it. And now on to our element of air. Still having some air going with our Palo Santo, but I'm going to be using my singing bowl. And I'm going to use this to raise our frequency even more so after the Palo Santo, to get in touch with the air that causes transformation, that causes beautiful change, beautiful challenge, to allow us to step further into our most divine embodiment, embodying the frequency of who we want to be and who we are destined to be in this lifetime. So just calling on and thanking the spirit of air for all the amazing transformations, the amazing change, and the amazing challenges that make us who we are in our fullness. Just allow yourself to tune into this frequency. I trust you can hear this well. Please let me know if you're not able to. Once again, speaking of this being the element of air, blowing that frequency right into your space to cleanse, purify, and bless you as you rid yourself of old ways. Hello there. And now we're moving on to, and thank you for joining me. We're in the middle of our ritual. And now we are on the element of fire, because this is a full moon in Leo. And this will represent the self. And this also represents summer, the time of life where we are most vibrant, most alive, most excitable, most active. And with this full moon in Leo, we're being active and in leadership and taking charge of our own life to burn up all that we used to be so we can step fully in to who we're supposed to be. So using this fire energy, you can even write affirmations or past characteristics of who you used to be on a piece of paper or a bay leaf or anything that is very easy to burn and safe to burn. And you can put that old intention, you can put that even new intention into your fire in a very safe environment. And once again, I am using this element of fire for this full moon in Leo to not only call on our most dynamic self, our most powerful self, our most in charge, leader, dynamic, amazing, magnificent self, but also to use this as transformation. Just like the phoenix, we were rising from the ashes. We are allowing this fire to burn up all who we are not so we can transform into the phoenix of everything we are supposed to be. And whatever that is for you, I welcome you to even state your intention of that now. With this fire, we are calling this to quantum leap us, quantum jump us, to springboard us into transformation, into change, into being the version of ourselves who does not operate from a place of fear, who does not operate from a place of survival mode. As much as it's hard to do, we're using that fire, we're using the fire energy of this full moon to transform us out of that timeline. We know we use this amazing energy to burn up the conditioning, the programming, the messages we have internalized from our external world, from our peers, from our authority figures, from our school systems, from our guardians, from our institutions that told us everything of who we're supposed to be. But with this fire energy, we get to choose. And with this Leo energy, we choose it with pride. We choose it with confidence. And we choose it with the utmost authenticity and integrity. So using this fire energy, using the cleansing, energizing, and transformational energy that fire is and brings us at all moments. The activity, the confidence, the willpower, the passion that fire brings us in our everyday waking life, and allowing it to springboard us into the version of ourselves that we desire to be. Breathing in that energy. Allowing the fire to cleanse us once more. And we are going to be using the element of water. Have your water handy. Thanking this sacred element of water or the power of the East to allow us to rid ourselves, literally rid ourselves of all the emotions, all the impurities, all the limitations, and all the waste, all the densities, and all the negativity that no longer aligns with the versions of ourselves that we decide to be in this moment. Allow the water within you and the energy from the full moon to cleanse you, to allow to make waste, to relieve from your body all the limitations you place on yourself, the titles you place on yourself. You are not lazy. You are not a burden. You are not dumb. You are not just a number. You are not just a sister, a brother. You are not just a lawyer. You're not just a cashier. You are who you decide to be. And with this water energy, we allow it to amplify the feelings of the version of ourselves that already has it. What does the version of yourself already feel like? Are they elated because they're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing and that they want to be doing? Are they joyful because they see all experiences as an amazing adventure? Are they passionate because they're putting all their authenticity, all their creativity, all their divinity in specific activities that make them light up inside? Allow those feelings to swell within you. We've already allowed ourselves to be relaxed at the beginning of this. Allow the emotional purity that water brings us to rid ourselves, rid of the toxins that are from our body through the waste system, but to amplify the amazing elevated emotions that come along with embodying the person we want to be. What does that person feel like? All the emotions on the spectrum already exist within you. Call on the amazing vessel that is your body, the amazing system that is your emotions, to allow that feeling to flood through your body from head to toe. Allow yourself to feel joy. Allow yourself to feel amazing, to feel bliss, to feel peace, to feel ecstasy, all emotions that are severely available to you at every moment. Rebuke the spirit of wanting to stay stuck in your misery. Rebuke the spirit of wanting to stay stuck in your discomfort. Allow the joy. Allow the freedom. Allow this activation. Hello there. Allow it, allow it, allow it. And with my selenite wand, I now call on the spirits of forgiveness with our elements of fire, earth, air, and water, calling on these sacred elements in the sacred directions of north, south, east, and west, calling on for the protection, guidance, and blessings of our divine spiritual council, thanking them for allowing us to feel these amazing feelings, thanking them for ridding us and aiding in assisting us in ridding ourselves of all that we are not so we can be more of who we are. And I use my divine selenite wand to not only clear more of any resistance from your auric fields, from your energy fields, all the multidimensional bodies that we are not able to perceive. And I call on the spirit of forgiveness. We forgive ourselves from our past. We forgive ourselves from what we do in the present. We allow ourselves to reroute cycles. We break the cycles today. We allow ourselves to be all who we're supposed to be in our fullness. We allow ourselves to be authentic. We allow ourselves to be creative. We allow ourselves to be whole. We allow ourselves to be complete. We allow ourselves to see the unity, the oneness, the connectivity in all wonderful beings on this beautiful planet. We call on the energy of forgiveness. So we are letting go of the blame, letting go of the shame, letting go of the guilt, letting go of the pain that weighs us down from being truly happy, truly blessed, truly in alignment. That's what we all want at the end of the day. So I call on the spirit of forgiveness with the protection, guidance, and blessings of our divine spiritual team and source itself. I call on it. I call on it. And it is here. It is here. It is here. Ashe, ashe, ashe. It is done. It is done. It is done. I'm glad that you feel that way, Roel. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. And allow this transforming energy of this singing bowl to continue aiding you in transformation, and your need to allow the winds of change to blow over you, to allow old paradigms to clear and wipe away from you. And if your mind wanders, just bring it right back to the present moment, allowing yourself to feel good, allowing yourself to feel passionate, allowing yourself to feel amazing, blissful, allowing yourself to be all that you are supposed to be. Clearing away, once again, the old paradigms, the old traits, the old limitations. That is no longer you. And with this ritual, you have rid yourself and released yourself of the old version of yourself, and you welcome right now who you decide to be. Ashe, ashe. It is done. It is done. It is done. And let's take one more deep breath and sit with it for a few more breaths. And sigh out all past limitations. Wonderful. Once again, using more of this full moon in Leo's fire energy to warm you, to aid in your passion, to aid in your newfound willpower and your newfound inspired action, to take the steps necessary to be all who you want to be. Does that person paint more? Does that person work out more? Does that person eat more vegetables? Does that person listen to frequency music? Does that person love themselves more? Does that person say more affirmations to themselves? Does that person do this, do that, be this, be that, have this, have that, feel this, feel that? You have the option. In whatever way, shape, or form you're able to do it right now, it is accessible and available to you. But at the end of the day, you get to decide. And we are now complete. We are now complete. And we will now end this session by blowing out this wonderful candle, once again representing us burning up all the old shame, blame, and guilt that we've given ourselves for years, so we can transform into our highest, most divine embodiment. And so it is. Ashe, ashe. It is done. Adding extra fire energy. This is all of it. It's earth, air, fire, and water right now. Allowing yourself to be even more cleansed. Oh, let's just sit for a minute and let me know how that felt for you, my lovely darklings. I'm just going to be hydrating. Let me know how that feels for you, what you took away from this. And if you feel any shifts, it doesn't matter if the shift has been made on the energetic planes. It is done. We have faith. We believe, we trust, we surrender. We know that it is already happening. Just because we can't perceive it now doesn't mean that it isn't happening already. Make sure that you're hydrating as well, honoring the sacred element of water for cleansing, purifying, and blessing our divine temples that is our bodies. Oh, Bloom Raven, I'm so happy to hear that that you enjoyed that. I'm so happy to hear that. And Witchy Potato, hey, this was absolutely wonderful. Thank you. You are very, very, when I say this is my absolute pleasure, I mean it. When I say this is my absolute pleasure, I mean it. And I want us to, once again, as I said in the beginning, we are a community here. We are a collective here. I'm not just talking to myself here. I want us to ascend together. I want us to transcend together. I want us to transmute together as a collective, as a community, as a gathering, as a family. We are all doing this hand in hand. We are all in the same boat. And I just so happen to have the natural and learned tools to aid you all on that path as well. Excuse me. And hello to everyone that just joined on both platforms. Once again, I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram. But thank you, Raul. I'm so happy to hear that. Yinami, thy receiver, thy 13 seaver, if I'm saying that correctly. Thank you so much. It is my pleasure. Because as I said before, we are all in this together. We are one. And that's what I want to help us all see. I'm not trying to change you at all. You are great just the way you are. You are wonderful as you are when you're operating in your authenticity, your full divinity. But I know that we can ascend. I know that we can see past the material plane. I know that we have the ability to move out of survival mode so that we can thrive as we're supposed to in this realm. Just because things are conditional here doesn't mean that we are not able, we are not capable, and we are not worthy of ascending and experiencing the joy, the bliss, the pleasure, the wellness in all aspects of our lives that we are supposed to experience here. And I'm going to mention this in a video, upcoming video, but I think there are the 5 X's that I like to consider when it comes to our purpose here in life. It is the 5 X's: experience, experiment, express, oh, that's so funny that I'm blanking now. I'm so relaxed. I like almost forgot. Expand and whatever, the 4 X's. There's a 5th one. I'm going to make a video on it soon. But we're at the end of the day, we are supposed to experience, express, and expand. And we all have the power to do that. And I want to aid you all on that path. Because look, self-mastery work, shadow work, self-healing work, whatever you want to call it, consciousness raising work, it's not the sexiest thing ever. I make it in my own way. You know, not a lot of people who are into this work are into goth and metal stuff. Understandable. It'd be like that. I'm still going to do what I do anyway, but it's not a sexy thing. It's not really sexy talking about the divine or how to do your own, doing shadow work and, transmuting your fears and getting out of survival mode. That's not the sexiest thing. So I understand that it may take some people time to catch on, but it doesn't matter if this happens in my lifetime. I want to aid our communities on the path. So once again, as I said before, you are very, very welcome. This is my absolute pleasure. It is an honor, it is a delight, and it is a pleasure to be your guide along your journey back to the self. So thank you so much for joining me. And before I go, I just want to also remind you that I have a my Shadow Alchemy Forgive Thyself Meditation Class that's happening on Saturday, February 22nd, 2022 at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is going to be coming up very, very soon. It is free of charge, but donations are always very welcome. I'm Madame 𝓶𝓪𝓭𝓪𝓶 on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, you name it. But definitely sign up at 𝓵𝓸𝓭𝓪𝓭𝓪.com. I have the links pinned to both Instagram and Facebook, YouTube. So definitely check it out. So once again, you can go on my website. Links are pinned to the comments on YouTube and Instagram, whatever platform you are on. So sign up for the free Shadow Alchemy Forgive Thyself Meditation Class as a great way to once again move through the guilt, move through the blame, move through the shame, move through the limitations, move through the darkness that has kept us stuck for so long, so you can embody better traits, so you can embody happiness, so you can embody joy that you're supposed to be feeling as spirit in human form. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure that you sign up for the free Shadow Alchemy meditation class coming up on 222. I'm so excited to see you there. This ritual was basically a prerequisite for that. You kind of get a gist of how it may go for that class. It's going to be more extensive. I'm still going to be calling on the elements and things like that. But I'm so excited to be transmuting with you. And I am so grateful for you joining me today. It means the world for you joining me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Much love. And until next time, my lovely darklings. Bye-bye. I had to end it here on